Hello everyone, a warm good morning to all of you. Would like to welcome to all to our this session of YouTube channel. Hope all you are good. So, with the continuation of Indian polity, we'll discuss president and prime ministers in these sessions. In our discussion, we'll try to cover the few of the questions which are already asked, and on that basis, we will focus what are the expected questions, and on that way we will try to cover the theory. As I have already mentioned that our series of video based on 3-day question practice, 3-day video, that is how concept video, 3-day question video, 3-day concept video, and this is the day which is belongs to the 3-day video. Hope you all agree. So moving to the point here, the president and prime ministers, that is how the known as union executive. Okay, it's known as what? Executive, that is union executive. So let's try to solve and understand the different question with respect to that. And guys, before that, would like to take you all the questions. Okay, the homework questions. Okay, I have already given you in the last session, so let's try to understand the answer. So it's a homework questions, and question that which among the following provision was not added under the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act? Option A, to secure opportunity for healthy development of children, Article 39. Option B, to protect and improve environment, to safeguard the forest and wildlife, Article 48A. To promote the equal justice and to provide the free legal aid to the poor, and option D, the option C is the free legal aid to the poor, Article 39A, and option D, state to minimize the inequality, Article 38. So which provision is not added? So answer of this question is option D is the answer. That is how state to minimize the inequality was added in our constitution under 44 Constitutional Amendment Act 1978. Okay, so 1978 44 Constitutional Amendment Act under the government of Moraji Desai. Okay, under the government of Moraji Desai. So answer of the homework question is option D. Okay, option D. So let's start our question with respect to president and prime minister quickly. So these the previous questions. If you see the question, that place of worship act was during whom? Okay, so we have already discussed that questions. So the answer of these questions, like basically PV Narasimha Rao government. Okay, option C, PV Narasimha Rao. The place of worship act was 1991, it was introduced. So guys, what we need to do, I will provide a table, and in this table try to cover the different informations and different act initiated by the under the prime ministership of the different times, from the Nehru to till the your honorable prime minister Narendra Modi sir. So we will discuss that thing in our session for cover this kind of questions. So moving to the next question, in the election of president of India, which below is not a part of electoral college? So we have already discussed this question, and answer of this question is basically option C, the legislative council. State legislative council is not the part of the electoral college. The keyword is basically elected, not the nominated one. Okay, for the basically electoral college of the presidents. So here moving to the answer of this question is basically option C. Okay, option C. And moving to the next question, who among the following vice president later became president of India? Okay, so vice president and later became a president of India. So this type of question was asked in a UGC net. So I think that we should practice, because it will be helpful for our examination as well. Okay, option A, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. Option B, Dr. Zakir Hussain. Option C, Bhibi Giri. And option D, R Venkataraman. Okay, so what is the answer? So answer of this question is basically option 4, that all are the vice presidents. This becomes the president in later time. Okay, so you should remember that thing because it's very very important, that Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Zakir Hussain, B.B. Giri, R. Venkataraman. So these are the vice president who later became the president of India. Okay, okay. So moving to the next question, next thing. Okay guys, we have solved this question, that is our previous year question, and this one is the new questions. Okay, this one is the new questions, and I basically did a new things here, and I am going to tell you that first we will cover the topic cover based on top questions. So I will provide a top question to you, and you need to provide the answer. You just need to at least put your effort to provide the answer, and on basis of these top questions we will cover the topic. Okay, we will cover the topic and what are the different things. Okay, so without delay, let's start our discussions. The question in front of you regarding the, like guys, president. Okay, so with this the question we will try to understand the concept and different thing regarding the president. So question that, consider the following statement about president. Option A, part 5 deals with the Union executive consists with the president as head of the executives. Then option B, constitution is silent about impeachment process of the president. Option C, president is directly elected with the help of electoral college. Option D, electoral quota for president is total number of the valid votes pooled divided by 2 with equations 1. Choose the incorrect answer from the given below, and these are options. You need to find that what is the incorrect about the presidents. Okay, and your time start now. You will get 30 seconds here. And with help of this question we will try to cover the topic of president, and this is going to be a unique approach which is adopted by me to cover the different topic. So guys, time is off, so let's try to attempt this question. Option A, part 5 deals with the union executive consists to the president as head of the executive. Yes, it's absolutely correct. So it's correct. Then constitution is silent about impeachment process of the president. No. Option B is correct. B is incorrect because 61 article talks about impeachment process of the president. Okay, then the president is directly elected with the help of electoral college. No, the president is indirectly elected. Okay, option C is also incorrect. Okay, indirectly elected with the help of electoral college. Then option D, electoral quota for president is total number of the valid vote pooled by the 2 with equations of 1. Choose incorrect one. So here the option B and C is incorrect. The answer option this question is basically option 3. So it is known as what? A top questions. Okay, and with the help of this top questions we are going to cover our theory part, and this is a unique strategy. Nowhere you will found we are going to do that things. Okay, so I am going to quickly share you a beautiful table that which helpful to you remember the things, and believe me, this thing is arranged in such a way that the examiner is going to be asked from here. So all about president. First, let's see the different articles which mention in the our constitution regarding president. Article 56, the term of the president is 5 years. Okay, if someone ask that in which article the term of president 5 years mention, article 56. Then article 61, the impeachment process of the presidents. That means it mention in our constitution that article 61 talks about the impeachment process of the presidents. Here is the option like the constitution is silent about impeachment process of president. No, it's article 61 as we have a study. Okay, article 61, the impeachment process of the president. Then moving to article 72, talks about pardoning power of the president which is not subject to judicial review. Okay, so your pardoning power of president, it's not challenged in the court of law. Okay, so if someone asks that the pardoning power of president is subject to judicial review, you will say it's no. Okay, according to article 72, it's not judicial review. The Supreme Court cannot review the pardoning power by the president, because it's up the constitutional power which mention article 72. Okay. Then moving to the next article, article 85, a legislative power of the president including prorogations, dissolutions of Lok Sabha. Okay, so they can ask the question, under which article the president has the power to dissolve the Lok Sabha. It is the article 85. And do remember, the Lok Sabha only dissolved. Okay, Lok Sabha only dissolved, not Rajya Sabha. Okay, article 85. Then article 123, we all know ordinance making power of the president. Okay, so they can simply ask you a match of the following questions, that with respect to article of the president and the different provision. Okay, article of the president, different provision, so do remember that thing. Okay, this is your guys all about your article about the presidents. Okay, we have quickly go through that. Then I am going to see the process of elections. Okay, the electoral college, how the election of the president to take place. So the indirect process with electoral college constitute for the election of the president. Okay, so it is indirect process. That means the people are not directly participate in the elections. People are not select the presidents. It is the president who indirectly elected by the electoral college. And what are the electoral college? Before that, you should remember, the president's election is based on the electoral process of the proportional representation by the means of a single transferable vote. Okay, so PR, proportional representation by the means of single transferable vote, the election of the president. Okay, do remember that thing. And option 1 here talks about elected member of both the house of parliament. Okay, so elected member of the both the house, that means Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha, participate in the elections of the presidents. Okay, if they ask the question who participate, now it is the elected member, so keyword is the elected. Okay, then moving to the second point, the elected member of legislative assembly of the state and union territory. So like legislative assembly, that means MLA, and those MLA are elected in nature. Okay, those are elected by the people. They basically part of the electoral college of the president. Along with the MLA of union territory, like we all know, Delhi and Pondicherry. Delhi and Pondicherry, they have a elected MLA. Okay, they have elected MLA and they participate in the election of the president. Okay, election of the president. So this is your all about the electoral process of the presidents. Okay, now I am going to quickly take you all to understand the vote value. Okay, vote value. So there are different concept of basically vote value regarding the president, regarding your MLA. Okay, regarding the MP. And if you ask me that why sir this kind of mathematical calculation is important for our examination, because guys, if you understand, this year is a year of general elections, and with the view of the general election, they can ask with respect to such things, the value of the vote of the MLA or MP. Okay, and believe me, this question was already asked in your UGC net. Okay, in your UGC net 2023, I guess 2023. Yes, 2023 in the February. Okay, February cycle they asked the question. So you should remember this thing, because that can be chance in your examination. Okay, so quickly I am going to tell you the vote values of the MLA. The total population of the state. Okay, total population of the state divided by total number of elected member in the state legislative assembly. So do remember elected member, so they can confuse you. So elected member in the state legislative assembly, multiply 1 by 1000. Okay, multiply 1 by 1000. So this is the vote value of the MLA. So they can ask the question that what is the vote value of the MLA, that you have to remember the total population of the state divided by total number of elected member in the state legislative assembly, multiply 1 divided by 100. Okay, then the value of vote of MP, that is how member of parliament, the total value equal to total values of all MLA. Okay, all MLA of all states. Okay, divided by total number of elected member of the parliament. So do remember total number of elected member of parliament, not the total number of the member of parliament, because they was confused in last examination of UGC net February with the these options, and most of people mark that it is the total member of basically the parliament. Okay, no, total not member, total number of elected member of parliament. That is how the value of board of the MP, because most of people get confused here. Then electoral quota. So electoral quota for the president. Okay, president, that total number of valid votes pooled uh, and divided 2 plus 1. Okay, so here say for example total number valid vote is basically 100. Okay, then divide by 2, then plus 1, that means the 50 plus 1, that is how the 51. So this is how the quota, and this is the method to result or to reach to the quota of the electoral value. It is the president. So they can ask the question, what is the electoral quota of the president? So total number of valid votes pool divided by 2 plus 1. So this is your all about electoral vote value of the MLA, MP and the president. So I think that can be possible in our examination. Then I am going to let you know the impeachment process of president. So unlike the election of electoral or election of the president, in impeachment method of president, only all the member of parliament participates. Okay, neither your elected member of the state legislative assembly, okay, nor the basically nominated member of state legislative assembly participate. Here only the all member of parliament basically participate. Although in election only elected member participate, but in case of impeachment all the member of the parliament participate, either you are nominated plus your elected. Okay, so plus your elected. So this is the your basically answer, the impeachment. Okay, impeachment concept. Then if it is clear, we will going to switch the council of minister, and with the help of one question we will also try to understand the council of minister. Okay, so before that we should solve another question here, that statement 1, statement 2, the ordinance making power of the president is not subject to judicial review. Then statement 2, the pardoning power of the president is subject to judicial review. In the light of above statement, choose the appropriate one. Okay, so you have to choose the appropriate one. So what is the answer? Your time start now. I am providing you 30 seconds, so quickly provide your answer. And the time is off. So first let's try to attempt it. First statement, the ordinance making power of president is not subject to judicial review. No, it's incorrect. Ordinance making power of the president is subject to judicial review. That means the Supreme Court can review the ordinance making of the power of the president. Then moving to the next statement, pardoning power of president is subject to judicial review. No, the judiciary or Supreme Court cannot review the pardoning power of the Supreme Court. Okay, so this is how basically both are incorrect basically statement. Okay, why guys I am putting this question? If you will ask me, right now the Supreme Court in a position of reviewing the law or enactment of your executive. Okay, and in that basis your examiner can be asked regarding the judicial review power of the Supreme Court with respect to the executive, what are things can be comes under judicial review or not. So we should remember that thing, at least the president. Okay, so that's why basically both the option are incorrect, because they are written in basically vice versa. Okay, so option B is the answer, both statement are incorrect. Okay, moving to the next question. So this was the previous question, you can ignore it. Okay, so try to cover this question through this is the comprehensive question. Okay, with the help of this comprehensive question try to solve, and we will cover the theory. So consider the following statement. Option A, prime minister is the head of the. So now your time start, so you will read yourself and I will let you know what is the answer. On that basis we will cover the theory part. Okay, so time start now. Guys, you need to find the incorrect one. Guys, let me change one thing, that uh, it is the option C, D and B. Okay, so first option ABC, second option ABCD, third option BCD and fourth option none of the above. Guys, so time, you need to now attempt freshly, because I have made a slightly change. And here is the time is off, so you need to find the incorrect. Okay, so first statement, prime minister is the head of the government, he is the head of the council of minister. Yes, obviously correct. And the second option, like B, 91st constitutional amendment act ruled that a strength of council of minister consists with the prime minister should not exceed 15% strength of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It's incorrect. Okay, it only Lok Sabha. Okay, the 15% strength of the Lok Sabha, not Rajya Sabha. So option B eliminated. Option C, Article 75 describe aid and advice by the Council of Minister to the President. Guys, COM means Council of Minister. So it is not Article 75, it is Article 74. Okay, Article 74. Okay, then option D, as per the constitution, prime minister hold the office for a period of the 5 years. No, so nowhere in constitution you will found the term of the prime minister. They hold the office during the pleasure of the president. Okay, during the pleasure of the president. So then the answer of this question is basically B, C, D. Option 3 is the answer. Okay, so most of you will read basically wrong this question, because you might be not read the incorrect option. Okay, so nonetheless, try to cover the theory part on the basis of this, and here I am going to share with you the theory part, that all about the prime minister and council of minister. Okay, so let's quickly see the few of article. If you see the previous question, they are quite asked about article, this one previous question, and also this is also a previous question regarding article, and this is also previous question regarding the amendment. Okay, we have already solved this question, and let's try to cover the expected thing in our theory. So article 74, article 74, the council of minister and prime minister aid and advice to the president and subject to judicial review. Okay, so why I am putting the judicial review? Because the Supreme Court can review the what are the aid and advice given by your council of minister to the president. Okay, so that is how subject to judicial review, and remember article 74 is subject to judicial review. Then article 75, the appointment of council of minister and prime minister by president and collective responsibility to the Lok Sabha. So what is the meaning of the collective responsibility? So if they ask the question which among the following is a principle of the Indian parliament system, then you have to choose the collective responsibility. Unlike the USA, in India there is a collective responsibility in which if the one minister did any mistake, then the entire council of minister need to responsible to the Lok Sabha, and that is how the concept of collective responsibility, along with they have an individual responsibility. So that is the concept. Okay, article 75 is the collective responsibility to the Lok Sabha, only Lok Sabha, not the Rajya Sabha. Okay, so do remember that thing. So then moving to the next, article 75, the duty of the prime minister to president. Here what are the duty, what are the relation to the prime minister to the presidents, it's mentioned in our article 78. So these are your article with respect to prime minister. Okay, so we have quickly discussed. Now let's see what mentioned here. However, the term of office of prime minister and council of minister is not mentioned in constitution. They hold office the pleasure of the president. Okay, so if they ask the question, then you need to remember there is no mention regarding the term of the prime minister or council of minister. They hold the office at the pleasure of the presidents. Similarly, the governor also, they have a no defined term in the like constitution. They hold the office the pleasure of the basically president. Okay, hope you clear. Then other important thing are, guys, first ARC is constituted in 1966, we all know, and they have made the recommendation like union cabinet should consist with the 16 member and including the prime minister, and the strength of council of minister should be 40 to 45. Okay, should be normally 40 and it should be up to 45. Okay, not more than that. Okay, as we have discussed under the basically 91st Constitutional Amendment Act, the strength of the council of ministers should not be exceed the 15% of the Lok Sabha. So similarly, we need to remember that it was recommended by the ARC that the cabinet minister, union cabinet should consist with the 16 including the PM. So 16 including the PM. Okay, cabinet, union cabinet. Then the council of minister. Okay, the council of minister strength should be 40 to 46. Okay, 40 to 46. They can simply ask the question, who recommended the council of minister should be 40 to 45. My mistake, 45. That is how the your council of minister. Okay, so if you will go and check out the first ARC recommendation, there you will get this thing. Okay, so most of you will think that where I got this information. This information is not haphazardly tell you. These are the authenticated information. You, if you like want to check out, then you can go check the ARC first ARC report. Then you will get there the what are the strength mentioned by them and what are the strength union cabinet and council of minister. Hope this thing clear. Then moving to the next. Next thing is that the constitutions basically silent about next thing is that, guys, the constitution is silent about structure of the minister. Okay, and like we have studied cabinet minister, the council of minister, then the state minister, these things are not mentioned in our constitution. The classification or structure of mention are not mentioned in the constitution, but as per the Iyengar committee, it should follow. So cabinet minister, minister of state, and deputy minister. So these are the basically structure. It is a structure of minister which is recommended by the Iyengar committee, and it is also basically we have seen this day. Okay, so this is how they can frame also here the questions. Then guys, now I am going to share with you. So this is all about your president and the prime minister so far. So we have discussed it. Okay, president and prime minister, all the thing president and prime minister. Now, as you notice this kind of question, the place of worship act under which prime minister sits, and also they ask the question, the interstate council was created under which prime minister sits, or Sarkaria commission was created under which prime minister sits. So under this prime minister topic, I have taken a extra effort that which I am going to tell you the different prime minister and under them what are the different thing is taken. Right now, if you will observe in the year of 2023 and 24, a lot of things has been done by our honorable prime minister, and we need to focus what are the things done in the right scenario and what are the historical background of these things. Okay, because question from here they ask, and in upcoming session also they going to ask. So that is how the unique and extra effort has been taken by me, and I can guarantee you that nowhere you will find this unique content which I am going to share you right now. So are you excited, guys? I am totally excited to teach you regarding that thing, because it take around 2 hours to collect all the information and data. So let's reveal the surprise before you. Before that, you need to participate questions, and through question you will try to cover the answers. And here is the question: from which among the following instruments the enforcement director does not derive its power? Option A, Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. Option D, Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. Option B, Fugitive Economic Offender Act 2018. Option 4, Conservation of Foreign Exchange and Prevention of Smuggling Act 1974. So they ask the question from where the ED derive its power. Okay, so if you are able to provide answer, it is okay. Otherwise, don't worry. This is new information for you, and I will provide you answer. So what is the answer? So answer of this question is basically option D. So all of the above is basically instrument that comes under the ED. So most of you will think that how are ED related to our topics, how information director related to our topic, and prime minister. Guys, if you are in news right now, the ED, that is the enforcement director, it is a structural organizations in our Indian political systems, and it's now trend or it's now news. Why? Because it was basically the highlighted that the ED has been arrested to the honorable chief minister of the Delhi, and most of the MP, sitting MP and different thing are arrested by the ED, and from that the information director is very much important for our examinations. And I have observed in different recently examination like your Andhra Pradesh set political science, and say for example Himachal Pradesh assistant professor examination recently this was conducted, and there they asked regarding the ED, enforcement director. So it is obviously that can ask in our SSB, so we need to cover that thing, and on that basis I am going to share with you a very important table where you will get all the details. So let's start. Are you guys ready? I am also ready. Let's start. And guys, this is the table that is our prime minister and their contribution. Okay, so and okay, I have arranged a table in such a way that your the both the thing is going to cover Indian foreign policy and Indian polity. Guys, I would like to apologize here. I am also covering your Indian policy, foreign policy also, because under the prime minister head we are going to discuss the both thing, Indian foreign policy and Indian polity. So let's start from the Nehru. Okay, so Jawaharlal Nehru, the first prime minister of India, and what are the thing basically done his period, we will try to cover that things. Okay, so let's start the Nehru-Vihan era. So Nehru-Vihan era start from 1947 to 1967. So this is the timeline of our honorable prime minister, first prime minister. And that time basically India and Nepal first peace treaty was basically held. Like guys, we have a study, the India and USSR are the treaty of peace and friendship under the Indira Gandhi government in 1971 August. So similarly they can ask the question, India Nepal first peace treaty was held under which government or in which years? So under which government? Then you have to remember Nehru-Vihan era. Okay, so under the prime minister of Nehru, the India Nepal first peace treaty was basically held. Then 1954 the Panchashila agreement. Okay, so 1954 the Panchashila agreement was basically held by the Nehru. Okay, so we all know that thing. Then 1954 idea of Naam by Nehru present. Okay, idea of Naam by Nehru present in where? The Colombo, Sri Lanka. Okay, the Colombo, Sri Lanka. Then the Indus Water Treaty. Okay, then moving to the Indus Water Treaty 1962 between basically Pakistan. Okay, Pakistan and the India. Okay, with the help of World Bank, the Indus Water Treaty 1960 under the Nehru government it was basically held, and there Pakistan got the Western River. That is how ICJ, I call it is ICJ, that is not in the basically International Criminal Justice. Okay, it is the ICJ, that means the Indus chain of Jhelum. Okay, these the three river belong to the Pakistan, and the India got the three river like RBS, that is how Ravi, Base and Satluj the eastern river. Okay, Ravi, Base, Satluj the eastern river basically India got. Okay, under the Indus Water Treaty 1960 Nehru-Vihan government. Then Naam first summit was held in September 1961 Belgrade. Okay, so Naam first summit they can ask the question September 1961 Belgrade. Okay, then Naam in 1964 first defense agreement with USA. Okay, so if they ask the question with whom the first defense agreement was held, 1964. Okay, then Nehru did visit to China as a first prime minister, so they can simply ask the question that who is the minister for the first time visit to the China as a prime minister. So it is the Nehru also did visit, so they can write down a statement that Nehru never visited to China, so that became wrong. Okay, or they can ask the question that Narendra Modi first time visited to China, that is going to be wrong, because before that Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, a number of basically prime minister visited to the China. Then I am going to quickly switch to the concept like ED. So they can simply ask the question, the enforcement director was created by the Narendra Modi government, then it is going to be wrong. Okay, although nowadays it is in the news, but it is there in our political system from 1956, so they can confuse you, so please mark of it. Okay, so enforcement director created in 1956. Okay, and it is the domestic law agency, so they can confuse you, it is a British law. It is derived from the British law, because most of things are from the British law, like Government of India Act 1935, Indian Government Act 1919, okay, Government of India 1958. So but this ED is a domestic law agency. It is neither a British agency nor a American or different thing, okay, and it comes under the Department of Revenue, okay. So Department of Revenue is the parent agency of the ED, okay, ED, and it is also part of what, the Minister of Finance right now, Nirmala Sitharaman, okay. So do remember that thing. And headquarter of the ED, New Delhi, okay, headquarter of the ED, New Delhi. They can simply ask you the question, so please remember that thing, because it is a very very important topic in this day, okay. Okay, so moving to the next, guys, are you feeling boring or you are okay? Okay, let me know that, otherwise you will stop here. This is the good quality content, and nowhere you will find this kind of thing, okay. So please try to, like I am providing the 2 minute to you, like the channel and quickly share with your friend, okay, quickly share, guys. Okay, this is all about your Nehruvian era, where we have discussed all the things, okay. Okay, now I am going to switch to the Shastri, Lal Bahadur Shastri, okay. Can anyone tell me Lal Bahadur Shastri famous for what? Joy Jawan, Joy Kisan, okay. Okay, so this is not going to ask in your examination, but what is asked? So the era of, it is 64 66, it's not important. You need to remember that Tashkent agreement was held during the time of the Shastri, okay. Tashkent agreement was held during the time of Shastri in 1966. With whom? India and Pakistan, okay. In India and Pakistan, in Uzbekistan, the Tashkent agreement is held. Then another important thing is that you will surprise, the first ARC committee for first time recommended for the creation of interstate councils, okay. As we all know, the first ARC committee was constituted in 1966, and for the first time the first ARC committee recommend for the interstate council. So they can simply ask the question, for the first time who recommended for the creation of interstate council? It is the first ARC, okay, the Administrative Reform Commission, okay. But however, it was not applied, or it was not approved by the government, but it was the first time ARC recommended that thing, okay. Moving to the next, then the Indira Gandhi era. So Indira Gandhi era, a lot of things basically done in the Indira Gandhi government. So we all know that time where basically a death of democracy is commonly known as, but nonetheless let's try to understand for our exam point of view, okay. The time period 67 to 77, okay, so you can remember. And the thing is that in August 1971, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship with the USSR. So simply they can ask the question, multiple time they ask the question, you need to remember the August also, because month is important, and 1971 Treaty of the Peace and Friendship. Like here the India Nepal first peace treaty, then your basically Treaty of Peace and Friendship with USSR, August 1971. Guys, if you remember, in the 6th Lok Sabha, for the first time the mid-term election also take place during the time of Indira Gandhi government. That can be also asked, okay. Then similar agreement with the backdrop of Indo-Pakistan war, okay. So like your Bangladesh liberation, after the Bangladesh liberation, similar agreement basically held 1972. So they can ask the question, similar agreement, that is how Indira Gandhi government, that's all. Then on 18 May 1974, a historic peaceful nuclear weapon test basically, okay. So nuclear weapon test, peaceful nuclear weapon test on 18 May 1974, okay. So they can ask the question that the first nuclear weapon, peaceful nuclear weapon test, that is how 18 May 1974. Very very important, guys, okay. You need to remember the date also and month also, because it the this year India basically for the first times visualized as a nuclear power, okay, nuclear power. Then moving to the next, and which is very important, that Kachavedu Iceland to Sri Lanka. If you in news right now, this thing is news that like the controversy concept with respect to the Iceland, and during the time of Indira Gandhi government, the Kachavedu Island was basically given to the Sri Lanka 1974. Very very important. They can simply ask the question, the Kachavedu Island provided to the Sri Lanka under which government? It is the Indira Gandhi government. So very very important, because the thing which are news, they can ask the question related, okay. Okay, okay. Then Operation Blue Star. Okay, Operation Blue Star also associated by the Indira Gandhi government. Operation Blue Star means what? Now, with the help of this Operation Blue Star, a number of military armed force, special armed force was deployed in the Punjab Golden Temple to kill the Bhindranwala, extremist Sikhs who take the shelter at the your Golden Temple, and to kill to eliminate this kind of militant. Basically, the Operation Blue Star was started by Indira Gandhi government. So that is also important, okay, because this kind of issue are nowadays raised due to the elections to counter each and every political party's ideology. So you need to remember that thing, okay. Then Indira Gandhi era land boundary agreement, okay, land boundary agreement 1974 with Bangladesh and the India. So land boundary agreement, Bangladesh India land boundary agreement 1974, and in 2040 our current prime minister did a completion of land boundary agreement with Bangladesh, and due to that provided the due thing for the Bangladesh. So that is also news. They can ask the question, the land boundary agreement first time, that is of Indira Gandhi. Now it is completed by our prime minister, okay, Narendra Modi, okay. Then next thing, that the Sarkaria Commission was constituted in 1983, okay. Sarkaria Commission was constituted by the central government for the first time. Sarkaria Commission constituted by the central government in 1983, and who recommended the interstate council. So they can simply ask the question that which committee, Sarkaria committee was constituted under which government? It is the Indira Gandhi, okay. If you will check out your paper of the PGT as political science Odisha, then you will see that this question has already asked in your examination, okay. So now they can ask the question, under which government recommendation the interstate council created? It is the Sarkaria commissions, okay. And under the which government the Sarkaria commission was created? It is the Indira Gandhi government, okay. It is the Indira Gandhi government. You will be asked me, sir, you told the Indira Gandhi era from 1967 to 1977. Are my dear all student, but the Indira Gandhi government not hold the one term, it is the two term. The two term is basically 1984 to the 1988, okay. So that is how Indira Gandhi era, the Sarkaria commission, okay. Then moving to the, if it is clear, okay, moving to the next thing, that is how Rajiv Gandhi, okay. Rajiv Gandhi government 1985 to the 89, okay. So guys, here the small thing need to correct. Indira Gandhi government 1980 to 84, okay, it's my mistake, sorry for that. But Rajiv Gandhi government 85 to 89, okay. And that time India Sri Lanka peace accord was basically held, okay. India Sri Lanka peace accord basically held the time of Rajiv Gandhi government. Then 1988 the India China normalization basically take place, the time when basically our prime minister visited to the China, okay. So that is how small thing you need to remember from Rajiv Gandhi, okay. So that is how the very important thing. Or they can simply ask the question, who the for first times initiated a bill in the parliament for the women reservation? It is Rajiv Gandhi only, okay. The day which women now getting the 33% reservation under the 106th Constitutional Amendment Act in the parliament, it is that basically the women, okay. So it is the credit go to the Rajiv Gandhi, because for the first time he provided foundation stone for the reservation of the women in the parliament, okay. Sorry, my mistake. For the the Panchayat Raj system, okay. For Panchayat Raj institution, Rajiv Gandhi government introduced under the 64 Constitutional Amendment Act, but unfortunately that not came to picture, okay. Then if it is clear to you Rajiv Gandhi government, then I will switch to the VP Singh government, okay. So VP Singh government 1990, in the 1990 interstate council was basically constituted, okay. Can anyone tell me under which committee the interstate council was constituted? It is the Sarkaria commission, okay, which was created under the government of Indira Gandhi. And your interstate council was created in 1990 under the VP Singh government, okay. This question is already asked, so they can ask the question again. So in the month of May, okay, in the month of May, so 1990 the interstate council was created under the government of VP Singh government, okay. VP Singh government, so interstate council, do remember this thing, okay. Then moving to the next, the PV Narasimha Rao, okay. PV Narasimha Rao 1991 to 1996, okay. So PV Narasimha Rao 1991 1996, 1993 a line of actual control. Okay, so 93 line of actual control between one line of, if they ask the question line of actual control, then it is India and China. If they ask the question line of control, then it's between the India and Pakistan. So these things you need to remember. And the line of actual control basically completed under the government of PV Narasimha Rao. Okay, and also 1991 the place of ORSIF Act. This question was asked in 2023 and December. Okay, and most of people including me surprised. So what is that kind of questions? It's a totally clueless questions. How it is related to our basically syllabus. So this is the way they basically relate. Let me provide the historical background of this 1991 place of worship act. So why this thing is important? Why the examiner asks? Because in 2023, okay, basically 2024 your what the Ram Mandir temple was inaugurated in the Uttar Pradesh. Okay, according to the Supreme Court judgment, and it was the issue related to the Hindu Muslims, and this basically dispute has been resolved or try to resolve this issue with the help of 1991 the place of worships, which divide the jurisdictions and the boundary for the Muslim people for the masjid, and on other hand the Hindu people for the Rama Mandir. So there for first time they basically created a act, the place of worship act 1991, to sort out the dispute between the Hindu and Muslims. And finally in 2019 Supreme Court ordered that the Ram Mandir is going to be inaugurated in the Ayodhya, and on the view of that 2024 January it is going to inaugurate. That's why the examiner trying to ask a question in the month of December 2023 on the basis of historical analysis. So you need to be analyze that where the question frame and how the different question are come in our examination. So that is how the logic behind that, due to the recently the mandir or different thing, that's why the place of worship act they asked. So do remember it's PV Narasimha Rao in 1991 place of worship act. Then look east policy under which government? Look east policy under the PV Narasimha Rao government. Okay, and the year of this thing basically 1991, and most of you will be object me, sir, most in multiple book there is a mention 1992. I will say these things are wrong. I will say these things are wrong. If you will go and check out the Minister of External Affairs, okay, if you will go and check out the Minister of External Affairs, it was mentioned 1991. Nowhere you will found the 1992. If you will go and check out the Minister of External Affairs, so go and check, then come to me. I will tell you that what is the correct answer, and it is also correct answer according to the SSB. Okay, not I am telling haphazardly. This thing is basically from authenticated source. If you want, then I can also share with you the document where I basically collect this information. So this is the basically answer 1991, because this was asked already and most of thing people are get it wrong. Okay, then place of worship act we have already discussed. Okay, then moving to the next, and also the basically after the place of worship act 1991, PV Narasimha Rao government also that time also Babri Masjid demolition we have seen. Okay, 1992 Babri Masjid demolition we have seen with the basically Hindu. Okay, with the Hindu like we can say that the Hindutva Parishad, one of the Parishad like HVP, so Hindu Bharat Parishad, so they destroy the Babri Masjid demolition. They can ask to simply the demolition of Babri Masjid basically found under which government era? That is the PV Narasimha Rao government. Okay, so this is all about the thing. Okay, so this is how the from here they basically ask the two question in your examination, that PV Narasimha Rao government, locust policy, place of worship act 1991. Okay, hope you clear it. Okay, then moving to the next, the basically HD Devagowda. Okay, it's not JD, it's the HD Devagowda in 1996 Gujarat doctrine. Okay, so we all know Gujarat doctrine is a belief in the neighborhood first policy. There we learn the concept of non-reciprocity, that means the big brother. Okay, that means the big mother concept. If you remember, the non-reciprocity means what? The India will try to provide the whatever thing possible to their neighbor as a big brother. Okay, as a big brother, but in response to that the India will not expect anything from there. For example, as HD Devagada government talks about Gujarat doctrine. Similarly, you can apply in my situation. I am trying to provide whatever thing possible from my side, but I am not concept of reciprocity, non-reciprocity, but I follow the reciprocity because I want you guys subscribe my channel, and I will provide you with the content. So my policy is something different. You can say that. Okay, nonetheless, come to the topic. So 1996, the Gujarat doctrine, HD Devagowda. Then 1996, for first time, women reservation bill was introduced in parliament. Very very important. So in 2023, okay, 23 under 106 Constitutional Amendment Act, the 33% reservation has been provided to the women in Lok Sabha and the state legislative assembly. They can ask the question, for the first time in which year the women reservation bill was introduced in parliament. It is the 1996 HD Devagowda. Okay, very very important. HD Devagowda 1996. Basically first time women reservation bill introduced in the parliament, but it was not came to picture due to the basically the problem. Okay, then moving to the next, guys, the time is so late. If you are allow me, then I will try to take more 5 minutes to cover, because you have to cover the other three important thing, the basically the prime minister and okay, so let's try to cover that thing. So let's move to the Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, Atal Bihari Vajpayee 1998 to the 2004. Okay, 2004, and what are thing? G20, because in 2023 the G20 is basically held. Okay, for the first time India hosts the G20, and the India became part of the G20 in 1990 during the time of the Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So they can ask the question that in under which era of the government the G20 was created at a world level. That is how the Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, do remember that thing. And also Mekong Cooperation was created under the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government 2002. Mekong Cooperations, it has the 6th member. Okay, 6th member. Okay, although this thing not mentioned in our syllabus, but they can ask, because now the examiner is quite interesting to ask about this kind of question. Then Sikkim got recognized as a part of India by China. Okay, so in 2003 only, the Sikkim got recognized by China, basically by China. So it is also the part of the Atal Bihari Vajpayee prime ministerships. In 1998, we all know India became a second nuclear weapon test. Okay, sorry, my mistake. India became a nuclear weapon states. Okay, the first one is, if you see, the first one is basically the peaceful nuclear weapon. So name of the code, it is like the Shakti. Okay, Operation Shakti. That is how peaceful nuclear weapons. But coming to the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the nuclear weapon, the second is basically, it is a nuclear weapon. Okay, it is a nuclear weapon. Okay, so that is a different thing we need to remember. Okay, so that is how Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the government we have discussed. Then coming to Manmohan Singh from 2004 2014 with the France first civil nuclear deal. Like we all know, the civil nuclear deal with the USA, but for the first time a civil nuclear deal was held India with France. Okay, so civil nuclear, so France and India civil nuclear deal for the first time. Okay, do remember that thing. And Connect Central Asia policy also part of the foreign policy of the basically Manmohan Singh. And Look West policy, do remember, Look East policy your PV Narasimha Rao, but Look West policy your Manmohan Singh's, but Act East policy your Narendra Modi. So this different thing you need to remember, that Look East policy PV Narasimha Rao, Look West policy Manmohan Singh. Okay, Link West policy Narendra Modi. Okay, so Act East policy Narendra Modi. So these are the different things you need to remember. Now we are at the end, we are at the last but the not least, the all times great and legend of the political system of India right now. Okay, so let's see what are the things done by the basically our prime minister. So lot of things are done. Okay, so let's quickly see the different thing. So join with SSCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization 2017. Okay, in 2017 basically SSCO, India joined SSCO. Okay, then Link West policy. Okay, that is how Link West we have discussed. Look East, Look West, and it is the Link West. Okay, then Act East policy. Okay, so they can ask the question, under which government the actist policy was basically came to picture. Or they can ask the question match of the following: the different prime minister this side and different basically the foreign policy initiative this time. So this type. So they can ask the question match of the following. Then National Judicial Appointment Commission, basically amended by the introduced by the 99 Constitutional Amendment Act 2014, because this thing also in news right now, so it is important. That's why I think I should add in it. Okay, so National Judicial Appointment Commission 2014 99 Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, very very important. Then electoral bond. Okay, we all know that electoral bond was introduced, basically announced in 2017 but introduced in 2018 under the Narendra Modi government. Okay, so do remember that thing. But right now electoral bond is no longer a existing scheme, we have already discussed in the last day. Okay, then first time India hosts G20. So they can simply ask the question, for the first time India hosts the G20 under which prime ministership of India. So they will write down the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, they will write down the different thing, but you need to remember it's the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then moving to the next, land boundary agreement. Okay, so land boundary agreement in 2014 basically held between the India and Bangladesh. Finally the due or the land basically provided to the Bangladesh. So you will question me, sir, we have discussed this thing under Indira Gandhi government, how it comes here the Narendra Modi. But the thing is that in 1974 there is a agreement, but as such proper not distribution of the land is not done, and it was finalized under the Narendra Modi government in 2014, the land boundary agreement. Well, simply they can ask the question. And moving to the next thing, the greater thing is that women got the 33% reservation only in Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly under the 106 Constitutional Amendment Act. So this thing is going to very very important. So they can ask the questions. So you need to remember which amendment, 106, and what are the provision: reservation in Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly, not the your Rajya Sabha or not your state the council, State Legislative Council. Okay, so do remember that thing. Then if you see uniform civil code, guys, uniform civil code. So Goa is the first state and Uttarakhand became the second state who introduced the uniform civil code in 2024. So they can simply ask the question, so who is the first state who introduced the uniform civil code? It is Goa who introduced the uniform civil code, and Uttarakhand is the second that introduced the uniform civil code. We have discussed that thing as well. Okay, then moving to the next, the electoral process and related fact, because now this is the year of election, so you need to cover that thing also. Okay, so this is all about your prime minister and different initiative, which is very very crucial for our examination. Believe me, these things, the data collected from the all authenticated source and take around 2 hours to do that job, and like try to cover that thing. And that is all about your the things. And quickly I am going to share with the three term with respect to the electoral process and related term. That Nota 2013 for the first time used verified voter verified paper audit trial for the first time in Nagaland Legislative Assembly 2013. In Nagaland Legislative Assembly, the constituency name is Noskonen. So Noskonen, so first time verified we used an EVM. The EVM electoral electronic voting machine was first time used in Kerala in 1982. Okay, so 1992 Kerala for the first time EVM used, and VVPAT for the first time used in Nagaland 2013, and Nota is basically 2013. Okay, and guys, with this note would like to end the lecture here. I know this is a too long lecture, but believe me, if you will cover these things, you will definitely get the result in your examination, and you will remember me that why I am telling to you. Okay, so this is all about from my side, guys. And if you like my effort, do subscribe my channel, and do trust me, and do share with your friend to growth the channel. Okay, because this is the humble request from my side. Please subscribe, and to also like my channel if you really like this kind of effort from my side. And lastly, not the least, thank you everyone for being part of these lessons. Thank you so much.